Hi, Jen Gilchrist here with another weekly Oracle card reading for the week of February 12th through 18th. And I'm working with the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell, which I love all of her decks. They're very beautiful. And my intention, if you're new with me, I work with highly sensitive, intuitive, empathic people who have gone through a level of spiritual awakening, who are learning to navigate and really live and align with their higher purpose and calling, perhaps working with your spiritual gifts in a way that are not overwhelming. I know a lot of empaths come to me feeling a bit overwhelmed, which I can totally relate to that, as I was as well when I first had my awakening experience. And even still, sometimes it takes a little bit of navigating when you are aware of subtle energies in this way. So let's go ahead and begin. And my intention for this reading is to really support you in getting the guidance and support and next steps that will help you to navigate this week with more ease and grace. Okay. A few cards are coming out. So let's just begin here. And also for those of you who aren't aware, we are amidst our 4-day activation series. I do this live 2 to 3 times a year. And we just had our activation series. The replays are up all month though. And we have tons of bonus, exciting we have a lot of bonus workshops and pop-ups and conversations and trainings happening over the rest of the whole month. So I would love if you'd like to join us. You can check the description for that link. It's completely free, and it could definitely be a paid course for the amount of transformation that you will receive. Ooh, I love this. This is perfect. Awakening, energetic upgrades. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing activations each day to energetically upgrade. And actually, this week we have the expansion journey. So that will be very powerful to align to your highest timeline. So let's see here. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being and integration. So I just see this is just pretty. You're going through a lot of energetic upgrades. I feel like you might even be feeling. Sometimes we can feel a little overwhelmed, energetically. I feel like the card in this moment is saying, yes, you are the transformation work you've been doing. Now you're integrating the energy, and it's time to integrate the energy, right? If you follow my weekly readings, as I do these each week, last week was a lot around healing the mother line. It was around receiving. It was around, still kind of on this, I don't want to say the tail end. We're always healing and evolving, right? But there was a focus on that in particular. And so this is saying, yes, now it's you've done it. You're upgrading, right? There's a level of integration for that healing to occur so that you can actually have it be your new set point, your new normal, and start to see how your physical reality, your relationships, your finances, your inspiration, your motivation, whatever it might be, begin to actually shift in the 3D world, right? In your real life, right? And so this is saying that. And what I want to say is that there could be a sense of, maybe you're just like, what's going on? What am I feeling? Last week we also had a new moon, which can be making us feel a little extra emotional. And so this is about finding that balance, regaining the balance. Actually, I just recently in my Facebook group had maybe it's here on YouTube as well, but I just recently did in the activation series as a pop-up bonus about how to integrate spiritually, right? This is about making time for rest. It can be about just listening to your body. So if you need more time to rest, maybe you're being called to drink more water, maybe a hot salt bath, maybe some essential oils, maybe, what can you do to just nourish your body? Because we integrate we up level our energy immediately. Spirit can make change like this instantly, but then we have to integrate it through all the different levels of our being into our physical body for it to really anchor in. And so sometimes the body takes a minute to catch up. So just be gentle with self if you're feeling that, right? Maybe it's just a validation. Oh, okay, nothing's wrong with me. Or it's like, okay, I've been trying to push through and actually my body's saying, no, relax. Rest, rejuvenate, self-care. Because if we don't and we try to push through, sometimes that's when we'll just all of a sudden get sick or not feel well, because it's like a forced, hey, you really need to relax and rest and retreat. So see if you can build in some self-care, it feels like. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? It's a great reflection prompt, right? If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? Sometimes we try to figure out the how, or we think, oh, have these big dreams, and we kind of, oh, that's going to take too much work or be too hard, or I don't have the money, or I don't know how, right? Like ignore the hows and just be willing to allow your intuition to guide you and your spirit team and your higher self to know. Trust your path, trust the plan. Your physical human self and mind may not know the answers, but you're all of us are connected to our intuition, into that higher connection, and the higher connection, that divine consciousness will guide you. will guide you through your intuition, through your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas, your inspiration. But it's up to us to co-create that by taking action on that. So what would you do? And sometimes that might feel like leaping and trusting the net will occur, right? And so that is a part of the process. Like really tune into, I feel like that's part of this whole year. Well, it's always part of it, but there's been a heavy emphasis, I feel like, on what is it that you truly desire? What is it that you're just doing because you think you have to, or you should, or whatever, like maybe the old ways of doing things isn't working anymore. So what is it that you do? So if you have, many of you, I feel, have a business or have a desire to be of service in the world. And so maybe it's about, what is that? Can you start to take action towards that? Don't worry about the how, trust the path, but get clear about what you truly want, right? And if you're already in a business or have a business, or, maybe don't desire a business, it's just, what is it that you deeply desire that you're not allowing yourself to have yet? And see if you can get out of your own way and trust the process. I love it. So transformation and no. So these two came out together. It says things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So this really comes back to, transformation is a journey. It's a process. It doesn't necessarily happen overnight. But the sooner that we actually begin to heed the call and nourish and integrate that energy into our physical being and through our body and through self-care and all the things, had to pause the video for a second. I had an itch in my throat. Holy goodness. Maybe it has to do with our throat chakra, speaking our truth, right? Maybe this is about expression or creativity. Often is connected to our throat, whether it's through our voice, whether it's through our writing or speaking. Our creativity is very much connected to our sacral chakra, but also our throat chakra. And I feel like last week we were talking about the unity consciousness, which is our high heart that connects the heart and the throat. So very well, it may not have to be, but for a lot of you, I think it could have to do with also expanding, your throat chakra and actually creatively expressing and speaking your truth on some level, whether that's through a message, through a business, to a person, or in a relationship, right? It could be both or either or. But transformation is occurring on a deep cellular level. And again, if you've been doing the work, been being called, I think many of you that are here watching this are doing deep layers of breaking ancestral patterns that have been going for generations that are not serving. So you kind of came in, incarnated to this family for your own soul's growth, of course, but then also to support future generations, even past generations, in the healing journey. As you heal, those around you heal as well. And so trust the process. And it says pause, postpone, say no. So say no makes me think of boundaries, throat chakra, speaking your truth, perhaps. But also, I just feel like there's a level of contemplation that's needed before you just go springing. If you have an action, I'm not saying don't take the action, because some of you, it's a general reading, right? Some of you might be being called into just trusting and taking the action. But I feel like there is a sense of you're still kind of integrating the shift. So now it's like contemplating, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail, and allowing the time and space for that alignment to occur so that you can really be aligned in the action that you take. And if you do that, it says Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So yeah, there's a deep level of healing and clearing going. So I would definitely continue doing your inner healing journey. Again, we have the 4-day series. And you can find all that information in the description area. It's a free series. However, it could easily be something that you charge for. So much activation. Day 1, we talk about the connecting with your spirit team, your intuition. We have an activation to help you connect with your spirit teams a lot easier and more clearly. It's a vibrational scale, so you can start to tune into the different types of guides to have deeper discernment, which is really, really powerful. Day 2, we talk about how to not be overwhelmed as an empath, as well as activating your healing abilities, and do a really powerful healing exercise that you can activate your own healing energy. So even if you're a healer, there's a lot of clearing work we do on past lives and other things, as well as just having your whole creative channel opened up. So that makes me feel like that's part of this reading. I just keep getting that itch in my throat and I'm feeling that energy move through as I'm talking. And then day 3 was all about clairvoyant activation. We're activating the third eye to the 5D and above energies. And then day 4 was all about your channeling abilities. And again, that's your throat and your crown chakra activation, as well as a light language transmission. And then we had a bonus aura reading and clearing, which, whether you're live or replay, I'm reading the collective energy of whoever will be watching. And it's amazing. People always feel like it's a personal reading, which is so powerful for the integration. And I'm mentioning this because it's so aligned with everything that's been coming up in these readings, so aligned with the energy that can support you in really having a transformational shift with some support with myself, but also meeting other like-minded communities, of course. It's really powerful and healing to be in community. And then this week we have coming up, we have expansion journey, which is like aligning to your highest timeline. I talk a bit about how to move into from the 3D to the 5D living so you can manifest with more ease and grace and more consciously. So check all that out in the description below. If you've already done this series, people come back and do it multiple times when I run it live a few times a year. And this time we're adding a little extra twist with I'm calling it the DNA addition activation. So there'll be some new energy work built in as well. So I'm excited for that. I look forward to seeing you there and have a great rest of your week. Let me know how this resonated with you, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.